sir. My name is Meowth. That's right. Are you the head of the household by chance? That's great. This is not a sales call, sir. I am just simply calling to ask you just a few questions. It'll only take a moment of your time. Anyway, sorry guys, I am not a telemarketer, but I do have a question for you guys. But before I get to that, I'm using the LaRue OBR 556er, one of the many LaRue OBRs, and I'm starting to actually kind of get pretty damn good with this gun. I really didn't like it too well before, just because it seems like you have to have the heavy hitters in to make it do anything for you. But I'm getting to the point where it seems like I can make it really work regardless, even though you'll see me slapping the heavy hitters pretty much every single time, because I do still prefer using them over using just the normal ammo in this gun. The equipment that I'm using is the standard equipment that comes with this particular version of the gun, and whereas most of it works pretty well, the only thing I don't really like is the dual powered sights on this 556er. It seems like a great idea at first, but when you consider the fact that you're not going to get as much power for your shot as you will with the 870, and it's going to take just about as much time to switch to it as it does the lower magnification sight, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense to switch to it. I would take the 870 any day over it. Not to mention the inconvenience of the fact that every time that you die, you're going to have to switch back to lower powered sights if you want that anyway, and that just seems like a nuisance. By the way, if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, click that like button, and leave a comment down below. We always appreciate hearing your comments. Anyway, for those of you who are old enough to remember Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I'm curious to know, which of the two do you guys prefer? What was your favorite, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? Now, for me, they were both excellent games, and I had a lot of fun both in the arcades and on console with both games. They were pretty damn fun. They were extremely competitive, at least amongst the people that I played with. I remember when Street Fighter 2 first came out in the arcade, Wallguy and myself would go down to the corner liquor store and of course play the copy that they had of it there. And we used to wait in a line of like 10 or so people that were all waiting to take on the best opponent there, who kept beating people down. And when it finally got to be my turn, I of course wanted to be Ryu, but it seems like that was pretty typical. Most people seem to want to be Ryu where I came from. So I ended up using Ken instead, and I guess formed a habit of ultimately using Ken for the most part. And that was fine because they had the same play style, and you know, they were basically the same character in the first Street Fighter 2, except they looked different. The thing that I really liked about Street Fighter is all the different moves and combos and special attacks that you could do really brought up an insane level of competition that I had never seen before. I mean, of course, I had never seen games with fireballs or hurricane kicks or dragon punches. That was all very new to me, but of course I adapted very quickly. There was always that annoying kid that everybody knew that just had to throw fireball after fireball after fireball, but those types of people are pretty easy to beat. Anyway, when Mortal Kombat came out, Wallguy and myself again headed down to the local corner liquor store and, you know, played Mortal Kombat, and it was sitting right beside Street Fighter 2, and I gotta say that the line for both games seemed like they were about as long as each other, so Street Fighter seems like it had stood a little bit of, say, the test of time. People were still playing it about as much as people were playing the new game, Mortal Kombat. Now, Mortal Kombat was really a great game as well, and I regret not getting to play it as much as, you know, maybe I would have liked to. I don't know what it was that took up a lot of my time back then, but anyway, whenever I did get to play it, I liked to run around as Scorpion or Sub-Zero, and in the later versions, of course, Reptile. Raiden was also cool because, you know, he had all the lightning and he could teleport around. Mortal Kombat also had those really awesome fatalities. Like, example, you could, say, rip a guy's spine and head right off of his shoulders, or, you know, you could rip somebody's heart out of their chest. They got really creative with some of those, and that was very enjoyable for me. at some point along the way, due to Street Fighter's extreme popularity, you'd see some rogue versions of the game pop up in arcades, you know, randomly, that had different properties of the game modified. Some of them were maybe sped up. Some of them were modified so that you could do combos in midair and basically, you know, do never-ending combos, which could be pretty cool actually, because I have actually seen some entire battles take place, you know, all in midair, just complete rounds going through in midair. And I thought that brought in a whole new level of competition, and that's actually sort of what got me into the whole idea of, you know, extreme competitive gaming. And that's why I always try to bring a really fierce game to any of the games that I play. Anyway, remember to like the video, click that like button, leave a comment down below. I will talk to you guys next time.